Every club has great players, but only a few define an entire era. And for Chelsea Football Club, no figure looms larger than John Terry.
That'll settle his nerves, but Terry has beat...
A defender who wasn't just part of the team, he was the heartbeat of it. Today we revisit his legacy, his rise, his influence, and ultimately answer the question, just how good was John Terry at Chelsea? John Terry arrived at Chelsea in 1995 as a teenager with talent, determination, and a willingness to outwork everyone. Back then, Chelsea weren't the European powerhouse the world knows today. They were a club with ambition but not yet with an identity. Terry's debut came on October 28, 1998 in a League Cup match against Aston Villa. It wasn't a glamorous introduction, it wasn't a headline moment, but if you look back now, it was the quiet birth of a legend. As a youth player, he was initially a midfielder. His reading of the game was so natural that coaches believed he could grow into several roles. But as he evolved physically and mentally, the role of centre-back fit him like a glove. In those early years, he was surrounded by leaders. Dennis Wise, who toughness shaped his mentality. Marcel Desailly, a World Cup winning defender who became his mentor. Frank Leboeuf, whose calm passing and intelligence improved his technique.
We went through a time at Chelsea when obviously Kevin De Bruyne come in, Mo Salah come in, have gone on to be absolute world beaters in the game, like incredible players.
Terry has always credited Desailly particularly, calling him the one who taught him how to command a back line, not just defend in it. Under Desailly's guidance, Terry learned positioning, body shape, and tactical angles, and the art of anticipating danger seconds before anyone else saw it.
What's flicked on it in Zoom? Oh, that's been it is! And look who scored it! It's John Terry in front of the Tottenham fans!
This was the foundation, the blueprint, the beginning of Chelsea's greatest captain. Terry didn't become elite overnight. He built himself piece by piece. He made mistakes early on, but he learned from them faster than anyone. By the 2000 to 2001 season, he was Chelsea's Player of the Year. Not bad for a kid barely out of the academy. It was a season where he matured into a defender who could dominate games on his own. So what made John Terry a titan? Number 1. Tactical intelligence. Terry read the game like a midfielder, but defended like a warrior. He wasn't the quickest, but he was always there. It's because he saw danger earlier than attackers did. His greatest weapon was his brain. Number 2. Fearless physicality. He threw his body in front of everything. Shots, crosses, boots, studs. It didn't matter. If it protected Chelsea, he did it. There were games where he'd come off the pitch bleeding, bruised, stitched, and still give even interviews as if nothing happened. Number 3. Leadership beyond his years. Even before he wore the armband, he was organizing players older than him, pointing, shouting, demanding standards. Number 4. Technical quality. People forget. Terry was excellent on the ball. Long diagonals, short passing, composure under pressure, all part of his early midfield background. By his mid-20s, he wasn't just a defender. He was the blueprint for what a modern Premier League centre-back could be. Nothing changed Terry's trajectory more than the arrival of Jose Mourinho in 2004. Mourinho built Chelsea into an absolute fortress, and Terry was the general at the gates. The 2004 to 2005 Premier League season remains the greatest defensive campaign in English football history. 15 goals conceded, 25 clean sheets. Numbers that seem impossible today. At the heart of it was John Terry. This wasn't just organization, it was domination. He marshaled a backline featuring Ricardo Carvalho, elegance, Paulo Ferreira, discipline, William Gallas, versatility. Terry was the glue that made it all work. He won the PFA Player of the Year in 2005, the first defender to do so in 14 years. And he didn't win it for hype. He won it because week after week, he produced performances that broke strikers mentally. Name a forward, Terry handled them. Henry, Rooney, Shearer, Drogba before he joined Chelsea, Van Nistelrooy,
sort of settle for being in the first team. I wanted to, progress and become captain, and I set myself targets early on.
All respected him because they knew if John Terry was on the pitch, nothing came easy. John Terry wasn't just stopping goals, he was scoring them. He became Chelsea's highest scoring defender with over 60 goals, a centre-back scoring like a midfielder. His aerial dominance was unreal. Chelsea fans almost expected him to score every time a corner was taken. Pereira, Lampard, Robin, Mata, Willian, they all knew, put it near JT and something will happen. But it wasn't just headers. He scored volleys, tap-ins, scrappy goals and clutch goals. One of his most iconic, the 2005 Champions League quarter-final versus Barcelona, rising above the entire Barca defense to send Chelsea through on one of the most emotional nights in club history. He wasn't just defending Chelsea's identity, he was adding to it. There are captains, and then there was John Terry. He became full-time captain in 2004 and didn't just wear the armband, he embodied it. He was the first to celebrate with the scorer, the first to console after a mistake, the first to confront referees, the first to lift spirits at halftime. Managers came and went. Ranieri, Mourinho, Grant, Scolari, Hiddink, Ancelotti, Di Matteo, Benitez, Conte. Yet every single one relied on Terry's leadership. He didn't just lead a team, he led a club, a culture, a generation. Young players like Nathaniel Chalobah, Andreas Christensen, and Jake Clark-Salter often mention how Jerry took time to teach them the craft of defending. He didn't protect his own status, he built others up. A true captain. Some players shrink in big moments. Terry didn't know how to shrink. He delivered in cup finals, league title deciders, matches where Chelsea had to keep a clean sheet, Champions League knockouts, matches where Chelsea had to score from a set piece, matches where momentum was slipping and someone needed to restore belief. He played through a broken toe in one cup final. He played after receiving stitches on the pitch in another. He once got knocked unconscious in a cup final, got medical care, came back and finished the match. That mindset, that hunger, is what made Chelsea teammates follow him into battle. Strikers get the cheers, midfielders get the highlights, defenders get blame when things go wrong. But Terry changed that. The bridge would erupt from a sliding block, a 6-yard box clearance, a dagger of a header away from danger, a recovery tackle to stop a certain goal. He made fans feel defending. He made it something people look forward to. That's rare, almost unheard of. That's why Chelsea supporters adore him, because he showed that defending is an act of courage, intelligence, sacrifice, and of course, pride. His trophy cabinet tells parts of the story, but not the full story. Terry didn't ride along with Chelsea's success. He drove it. Premier Leagues, FA Cups, League Cups, European nights, historic runs, iconic comebacks. Every era of Chelsea's success has his fingerprint somewhere, his voice in the dressing room, his presence, his example. He's one of the few players in football history who can say, I helped build the club's modern identity. Not many players can make that claim, and almost none can back it up with performances the way Terry can. How good was he? He was world class. Every season for nearly 2 decades. He was a leader whose presence alone improved everyone around him. He was a defender who made strikers rethink their confidence. He was a goal scorer when Chelsea needed one. He was the spine of the team through multiple generations. He was the captain who set the standard for what Chelsea demanded from its players. For Chelsea supporters, he wasn't just good. He was the definition of excellence. Players come and go, but legends endure. John Terry's legacy isn't just about trophies or clean sheets. It's about identity, about what it means to give everything for the club. For Chelsea fans across generations, he remains a symbol of leadership, loyalty, bravery, and of course, greatness. The captain, the leader, the legend.